Hello everyone. Today I want to take a look at the ecosphere that is constantly illuminated, because by now it hasn't seen darkness for 2 whole weeks. The first thing you'll notice is that the glass is really green, which was to be expected, because more light means that the plant can photosynthesize more, which means it can grow more. Also fun to mention is that I saw a snail. When I made the ecosphere, I didn't know there were any in there. Here I'm filming through the only semi-clean part of the jar because I saw some copepods. And then all of them together just decided to completely stop moving. Maybe they're going into protest because I won't turn off the lights. No they're not. Nope, they are not. As you can clearly see here, the jar is covered on the inside with string algae. The water itself is crystal clear though. In fact, the string algae may be preventing other algae from growing, because the existing string algae could be using all the nutrients and nitrogens before other algae even get the chance to. But that's all just speculation. Anyway, the little bastards finally decided to move, and it's a wonderful sight. All the copepods, in fact all the crustaceans in this closed ecosystem, seem to be doing really well. I wish I could tell you all about the sleep behavior of crustaceans. However, when doing research, I found that not that much is known about crustacean sleep, let alone that of specific classes of animals like Copepoda or Ostracoda. There is a paper published about the sleeping behavior of crayfish though, but that's a topic for a different video, maybe. The 8-eyed blood hedgehog seems to be coping well under these conditions. Yes, you heard that right, 8-eyed blood hedgehog. The English translation of the Dutch name of Erpopdilla octoculata. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find much information about his sleeping behavior either, so we will have to do with our own observations. But for now, not having seen darkness for the past 2 weeks, it seems to be doing well. This is a flatworm that decided to stop moving when I pointed a camera at it. I wonder if it reacts the same way when confronted with a predator. When I turned away, it did start moving. It quickly decided to hide in its tunnel system. Upon taking a closer look, it became apparent that this is quite an intricate tunnel system. Even though I have only seen the one flatworm, I think this is the work of multiple worms, as flatworms rarely appear alone. Pretty cool. This is very interesting. I started seeing this pattern all around the base of the jar. It reminded me of a paw print of a cat or a dog. The thing is, though, that this is an airtight jar, full of water, with a volume of not even 3 liters. Now we all know that cats can do some pretty crazy stuff from time to time, but I don't think they are the ones to blame here. Upon close inspection, watching carefully, thinking very hard and analyzing all the data, I could only come to one conclusion. I really don't have any clue what's going on at all. If I had to guess, I'd say that it could be the work of the 8-eyed blood hedgehog, but well, that's just a guess. These patterns are all around the jar, and there's patterns within the patterns, and I just don't know what's going on. I think that that's something really fun about making your own closed ecosystems. Sometimes they just surprise you with stuff you couldn't even have imagined. Let's talk about snails, because I actually do know something about their sleep pattern. Unlike humans, of which I am also one, and most other animals, snails don't have a 24-hour sleep cycle, but a cycle of a little over 2 days. Snails take a short nap of about 22 minutes. They take about 7 naps in a time span of approximately 13 hours. After that, they remain constantly active for, on average, 37 hours. I find that so interesting that it almost makes me spontaneously swear. Almost. Because they have such a strange and long sleep cycle, I wonder how much the constant light affects them. I wouldn't be surprised if the effect of the light is small. An advantage of being a snail is that you carry a house on your back all the time you can sleep in, which I assume is quite dark inside. I decided to remove the lights to make filming a bit easier. You could clearly see where the LED strips were located against the glass. In fact, you could see where the individual LEDs were against the glass, because the density of the string algae was greater there. I would love to talk about how plants react to natural days and nights and how they have evolved to live in light and in darkness. However, I will cover that topic in the next video about this ecosphere. I couldn't resist shooting some footage through the stereo microscope. Filming through the microscopes is not a problem anymore. The next step now is finding or making a vertical microscope stand so you don't have to see my shaky hands magnified. I put the lights back on, and this is still what it looks like every night. Before I forget, I would like to thank Fabian Rosdalen, Godzimo and Liz Ashton, as well as the 68 other patrons for their generous support. Well, that concludes the 2-week update. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye!